his father was going to be what's best? No, it's not. It's the opposite. He need to go back and stay in jail.
I ask you that you protect her, that you put your blood all over her, that you send angels to surround her, to guide her, to increase her anointing so that generations can be influenced by her well-doing.
Always get hurt, bro. And I never hurt them. Straight up. So I'm giving a warning. Just like how that... See, look, I ain't even finna go there. I got bruises on my back. No. Y'all cannot see the baby. Don't hit my phone. We not cool. Worry about yourself.
Chrisean Rock has officially entered her villain origin arc, and the internet is having a collective spiritual stroke. According to the latest leak, Sis didn't just pray, manifest. Or sage the house. No, she allegedly hired actual witches like she was casting the next season of American Horror Story, Blueface edition. And for what? To spiritually brand Blueface, like he's a cattle in some cosmic ranch she refuses to release. The way this story dropped, it makes the Kardashian scandals look like toddler disagreements about organic juice boxes. Because listen, when the internet heard Chrisean was consulting witches, mediums, spiritual workers, candle girls, moon circle aunties, everyone froze like a bad Wi-Fi signal. The blog said she wants Blueface marked, claimed, and energetically locked in so he can't escape her orbit. And honestly, if anyone was going to attempt a spiritual kidnapping, it would be Chrisean Rock, the woman who fights, cries, prays, rakes walls, and twerks, all in the same hour. But the real bombshell? The witches allegedly told her Blueface must be bound or branded for the spell to work. Baby, this went from drama to demonic fanfiction real fast. Buckle up. Whatever you thought this story was, it's about to get 10 times darker, funnier, and messier. The moment this story hit the internet, it felt like someone unplugged reality and plugged in a demon-powered generator. One blog whispered that Chrisean Rock had hired witches, and instantly the entire timeline combusted. People didn't even question it. They read the headline, clutched their pearls, refreshed their feeds, and said, "Yep, that sounds exactly like something she would do." It wasn't shocking because it was unbelievable. It was shocking because it was perfectly believable. This is Chrisean Rock we're talking about. A woman who treats chaos like cardio and spiritual warfare like a team sport. According to the leak, Chrisean didn't just dabble in manifestation or hire some TikTok tarot reader for entertainment. No, sis allegedly went straight to the professionals, the women who wear cloaks, burn herbs older than your rent, and speak in moon cycles. These weren't birthday party fortune tellers. These were the witches you don't request. They choose you. And apparently, they chose Chrisean like she was the new face of spiritual drama. The internet imagined her sitting in a candlelit room surrounded by incense thick enough to choke a demon, begging the universe to lock Blueface down permanently. The alleged goal of the ritual was what sent everyone to the edge of their sanity. The witches reportedly told Chrisean that to secure Blueface's soul bond, she needed to spiritually brand him, as in mark him. People couldn't believe it. They reread the phrase 3 times. Brand him. Like livestock. Like a spiritual tattoo he didn't consent to. The jokes wrote themselves. Twitter said Blueface was about to walk around with an invisible stamp reading property of Chrisean, only visible under evil UV lighting. It was the type of rumor that would break a normal family. But for this universe, it blended in perfectly. The first reactions on social media were unhinged. Some people screamed, "This is why he can't escape her." Others joked that Chrisean skipped therapy and went straight to witchcraft like it was Amazon Prime. A few dramatic users claimed they felt a shift in the energy force field which had nothing to do with anything but sounded poetic enough to go viral. And right in the middle of all this foolishness, Blueface hadn't even said a word yet. The poor man was trending for witchcraft ritual rumors, while probably eating cereal in peace. Blogs wasted no time pumping gasoline onto the rumor. Headlines like Chrisean's dark ritual to keep Blueface forever and witchcraft gone wrong flooded the timeline. They posted blurry photos of candles, crystals, and random altars, none of which belonged to Chrisean, but the public didn't care. They saw a picture of a black candle and said, "Yep, that's her vibe." Accuracy has never once mattered in this family's drama. Perception is the only currency. And the internet was printing new bills like a reckless government. The wildest part was the alleged details from the ritual itself. According to the leak, one of the witches reportedly told Chrisean that his spirit wanders and must be anchored, which fans interpreted as spiritual slang for Blueface is for the streets. Another alleged practitioner told her that if she didn't act fast, another woman could steal his destiny, which instantly revived every old feud Chrisean ever had. People brought up Jade and Carlisa, random exes, and even girls he's never dated just so they could accuse them of trying to steal Blueface's aura. A TikTok creator claimed she had exclusive info. After Googling witchcraft for 5 minutes and watching 2 episodes of Charmed, she explained how spirit branding works using words she couldn't pronounce and candles she bought from Dollar Tree. Her videos somehow hit 5 million views. The internet doesn't want accuracy, it wants vibes, chaos, and a good storyline. And this storyline was juicier than anything Zeus Network has ever produced. People who knew Chrisean personally started chiming in anonymously. One friend who probably never met her claimed she always believed in energies. Another said she once talked about moon rituals. A third said she knew someone who knew someone who knew a witch. It was all hilariously unserious. But the fact that people could even imagine Chrisean doing this made it spread like wildfire. Everyone agreed that if any celebrity was unhinged enough to hire witches to brand her man spiritually, it was absolutely her. Meanwhile, Blueface's fans were losing their minds. Some joked that the ritual was why Blueface keeps boomeranging back to Chrisean no matter how many times they fight. Others claimed he was spiritually trapped, describing him like he was a Sims character under a spell. A few overly emotional users posted dramatic messages like, "No wonder he looks confused, he's hexed." The theories got crazier by the minute, and no one was trying to stop them. Then came the twist. An old clip resurfaced of Chrisean saying she would do anything to keep Blueface. It didn't mention witches. It didn't mention rituals. She didn't even blink weird. But the internet ran with it like she confessed to dark magic in a courtroom. People said the clip was evidence. Evidence of what? Nobody knew. But when it comes to internet drama, logic is optional. Passion is everything. A spiritual influencer joined the discussion with a video explaining how soul-binding rituals work. And the way she described it made people believe Chrisean was performing the plot of the craft behind closed doors. She talked about energy exchanges, karmic contracts, and metaphysical ownership as if she had personally consulted with the witches. Fans listened like it was a TED Talk for toxic relationships. The influencer ended her video by saying Blueface needs protection, which sent people into hysterics. They weren't sure if she meant spiritually, emotionally, or physically, but they assumed all three, of course. Carlisa eventually chimed in indirectly with a cryptic message about dark energy being used to keep men trapped. The internet didn't need her to say names. They connected the dots faster than a conspiracy theorist with a corkboard. They said she was confirming the ritual. They said she knew. They said she always sees everything. Carlisa could cough and the internet would say she was exposing someone. The cherry on top was Blueface's reaction, or lack of one. Instead of addressing the witchcraft rumors, he posted a video vibing in the car to music, looking unbothered, oblivious, and spiritually unbothered. Fans said, "Look at him, he's definitely hexed." They said his lack of awareness proved Chrisean branded him. They said if he were free, he'd be reacting. The logic was as stable as this family's group chat by the end of part 1. The internet was fully convinced that Chrisean Rock was out here performing rituals in the moonlight to spiritually brand Blueface like a cursed family heirloom. Whether it was true or not didn't matter anymore. The story was delicious, dramatic, and chaotic enough to spread like wildfire, as the witchcraft rumors spread like spiritual wildfire. The internet didn't calm down, it mutated. TikTok turned into a full paranormal investigation unit overnight. Teenagers with LED lights and zero credentials suddenly became experts on demonology, astrology, and soul branding techniques. One girl went viral after claiming she felt a disturbance in the energy field around Blueface, which made absolutely no sense. But she said it with enough confidence that people bought it. Every hour, someone else declared themselves a witchcraft analyst. Hogwarts could never. Memes started flooding every platform at tsunami speed. One showed Blueface floating in midair like he was levitating under Chrisean's spell. Another meme had her stirring a pot like a cartoon, which, with the caption, "One Blueface binding ritual coming right up." Then there was the fan favorite, Blueface wearing a collar with Chrisean's energy written on it. The internet went so feral with the jokes that even people who didn't follow the drama were forced to participate. You couldn't escape it. Witch toke, hip-hop toke, even book toke joined the conversation like this was an emergency town hall meeting. Then came the celebrity reactions. And they turned the scandal into Olympic-level entertainment. A reality TV star tweeted, "Energy work is real. Y'all better protect your men." That tweet alone spawned over 100 conspiracy videos. A rapper's ex-girlfriend commented under a blog post saying, "This is why I don't mess with spiritual girls. This is why I don't mess with spiritual girls." Fans instantly assumed she was talking about Chrisean, even though she didn't name names. Another influencer posted candle emojis and wrote "protection season," which was just vague enough to go viral. But the biggest reaction came from a famous comedian who said, "Blueface probably wondering why he can't leave even when he packs his suitcase." The internet cackled. The clip went so viral, even Blueface fans retweeted it. The comedian spent the rest of the day making jokes about relationship, witchcraft. And each one got millions of views. Bloggers, of course, threw gasoline directly onto the flames. They started posting exclusive insight pieces with titles like "Experts explain how witches bind," "Lovers and inside Chriseans alleged." Ritual, these experts were usually someone who owned 3 crystals and watched the craft too many times. They used dramatic words like binding, spiritual imprint, and energetic possession. And fans treated it like breaking news. One blog even made a diagram showing how a soul-binding ritual might work, complete with arrows, circles, and vibes. Pure nonsense, but beautiful nonsense. Then came the twist nobody expected. An alleged witch posted a TikTok saying, "She didn't hire me, but I know the type of witches she went to," the woman explained in great detail. How certain rituals require items belonging to the target, like hair, clothing, or personal energy. The comment section lost its mind. People began making jokes that Chrisean stole Blueface's socks to use in a ritual. Others said she probably grabbed his hair during one of their fights and saved it for spell work. The speculation was unhinged but highly creative. Meanwhile, Blueface's mom, Carlisa, the queen of unfiltered chaos, posted another cryptic message about dark forces trying to keep men trapped. She didn't say Chrisean's name, but she didn't have to. The internet connected the dots instantly. People said Carlisa had confirmed the witchcraft rumors. Others accused her of making the situation worse. A few conspiracy theorists claimed she knew more than she was letting on. When Carlisa breathes, drama follows. Blueface finally reacted to the chaos, indirectly of course. He posted a video laughing while music blasted in the background. No caption, no context, just laughter. And somehow, that made everything worse. Fans said, "Oh yeah, he's definitely cursed." Others joked that the laughter sounded like someone under a spell. The man couldn't even chuckle without being accused of being spiritually bound. His whole personality became guy who might be hexed. The chaos intensified when someone found an old clip of Chrisean saying she would never lose Blueface to another woman. Right. Was a normal comment at the time, but now? The internet treated it like a demon summoning chant. They added reverb, slowed the audio down, and played creepy music behind it. Suddenly, she sounded like a villain in a supernatural movie. People were convinced she spoke witchcraft into existence. Spiritual influencers joined the debate too. One explained how love spells can backfire, which caused fans to scream that Blueface's recent misfortunes were proof. Another influencer said, binding rituals are unethical, and commenters immediately assumed she was subtweeting Chrisean. Then a third creator stitched the entire scandal with a dramatic speech about toxic attachment. This wasn't discourse anymore. This was a spiritual civil war. Chrisean, meanwhile, didn't directly deny anything. She posted a photo looking unbothered with the caption, "God got me." People took that as a subtle response to the witchcraft rumors. Some said it was shade. Others said it was dismissal. A few dramatic fans claimed she was shielding herself from backlash with divine protection. Everything she posted was taken as evidence of something. Then came the biggest plot twist of the week. A girl on Twitter claimed she personally knew one of the witches Chrisean allegedly hired. She didn't name the witch. She didn't provide proof. But she wrote a long thread describing the ritual room, the candles, and the intentions. It was written like fan fiction, dramatic, emotional, and extremely unreliable. But the internet didn't check facts. They said, oh yeah, she was definitely there. The thread got over 10 million views. At the same time, Blueface's supporters began panicking. They made videos telling him to cleanse his aura, burn sage, read scripture, hold holy water, and sleep with a Bible. Some even tagged pastors under his posts. The man was being spiritually diagnosed by strangers who didn't know his last album release date. People were convinced he was stuck in a supernatural hostage situation. Even celebrities outside of hip-hop chimed in. A female pop singer wrote, "Women gotta stop using spiritual work to control men," and the internet exploded. Fans begged her to name names. She didn't, but everyone assumed. Another celebrity posted a crystal emoji, followed by a trash can emoji, which fans interpreted as, "Throw away your witchcraft." The entire scandal had gone global. Then someone made a fake spell receipt, a fake invoice for a binding ritual. Strength level extreme was clearly a joke. But it went viral so fast that people believed it was real. Blogs reposted it. Fans shared it. Some even tried breaking down the cost like it was an actual service price. Nobody cared, it was fake. The drama was too good by now. The internet didn't just believe the witchcraft rumor, they expanded it. They said Chrisean used moon water. They said she charged crystals during an eclipse. They said she buried items in the backyard. They said she danced barefoot under the stars chanting Blueface's name. None of this happened, but the rumors fit her unpredictable personality so well that people ran with them. And the timeline was begging for more. More leaks, more hints, more chaos. This wasn't just a rumor anymore. It was the hottest storyline in the entire Blueface Chrisean universe. Because, witches or not, the world knew one thing. Chrisean Rock doesn't let go easily. And Blueface might be learning that the hard way. As the witchcraft rumors reached peak hysteria, the internet finally started asking the real question. What happens now? Because when a story gets this big, this unhinged, this spiritually confusing, there's no such thing as back to normal. The entire Blueface Chrisean universe was shaken, like someone pressed reset on a chaotic video game. Fans weren't just laughing anymore, they were invested. They were writing theories, making charts, creating timelines. People who didn't care about astrology suddenly believed in moon rituals. People who didn't believe in witches were now Googling how to break a love spell. Chrisean, intentionally or not, had become the face of modern witchcraft allegations. Every move she made was interpreted as spell work. If she posted a candle, people screamed ritual. If she posted a crystal, people yelled evidence. If she posted a selfie, people asked, did she spiritually recharge last night? Everything became a conspiracy. She couldn't breathe without someone analyzing the air quality for supernatural traces. And honestly, she didn't help by staying mysterious. Half her captions sounded like warnings. The other half sounded like prophecies. Meanwhile, Blueface's online presence turned into a paranormal case study. Fans swore he looked drained, possessed, or low vibrational. Said he was moving like a man under a spell. They compared him to characters in horror movies who slowly realize something is wrong but can't escape. Anytime he posted something confusing, which is often fans, claimed it was the witchcraft malfunctioning. Face became a meme template labeled when the spell wears off for 30 seconds. His silence had become a storyline. Carlisa, of course, wasn't done. She never is. She continued hinting that dark forces were at play. She kept posting half-Bible, half-shade quotes that made her look like a pastor who moonlights as a gossip blogger. Her cryptic messages about freeing souls and spiritual warfare had the internet convinced she was preparing for an exorcism. Fans begged her to either spill the tea or stop speaking in riddles. But Carlisa thrives in riddle mode. It keeps her trending. Then came the backlash, not against Chrisean or Blueface, but against the internet itself. Suddenly, people started preaching about mind your business, protect Black women, stop demonizing single mothers, and stop making witchcraft jokes. It was fake deep. Performative outrage that lasted 12 hours before everyone went right back to laughing at memes of Blueface floating in the air. The moral pendulum swung dramatically but temporarily. The internet doesn't stay serious for long. Chaos always wins. A few creators tried to debunk the rumor, pointing out that everything was based on speculation and TikTok storytelling. But nobody cared. In the Blueface Chrisean ecosystem, facts are optional. The storyline is the only thing that matters. Fans were far too entertained to stop now. They wanted more. They wanted drama. They wanted confessions, denials, receipts, consequences, anything that kept the circus alive. Chrisean eventually addressed the rumors in her own way. She didn't say I didn't hire witches, but she said enough to make people question everything. She talked about divine timing and God's protection and moving with intention, which somehow made the rumor both stronger and weaker at the same time. The ambiguity fed the storyline. It didn't silence it. It intensified it. People said she sounded like someone who either didn't do witchcraft or was very good at hiding it. On the other hand, Blueface posted a cryptic message of his own. You can't bind what don't want to stay. That one sentence sent the internet into a frenzy. It sounded like a shot, a revelation, and a cry for help all in one. Fans argued endlessly over its meaning. Some said he was denying the spell. Others said he was confirming it indirectly. A few chaotic users said he sounded like a man halfway through a spiritual cleansing. The interpretations got more dramatic by the hour. The aftermath took an even sharper turn. When spiritual influencers started offering unbinding rituals to Blueface's fan base, they made videos teaching viewers how to break energetic ties using salt bowls and sunlight. People stitched these videos with comments like, Blueface, try this, was wild. Suddenly, the entire hip-hop community became amateur shamans. You had gang members discussing sage. You had beauty influencers talking about aura protection. You had teenagers recommending cinnamon. This scandal blended culture in ways nobody expected. Then, the bombshell. A podcast invited a supposed spiritual practitioner to discuss the situation. She didn't confirm anything, but she hinted that someone close to Chrisean had inquired about love work months ago. No names, no specifics. But that was all the internet needed. Clips of the interview spread like wildfire. People called it proof. They called it receipts. They called it confirmation. Even though it wasn't. Reality didn't matter anymore. The witchcraft storyline was officially permanent. Brands started distancing themselves quietly from the drama. A few influencers unfollowed both Blueface and Chrisean. Some pages stopped posting them entirely. Meanwhile, fans begged for the opposite. They wanted everything. They wanted interviews, explanations, more lives, more leaks. The couple had unintentionally ignited a spiritual media frenzy. And everyone was now invested in their supernatural soap opera. The craziest part? Despite all the rumors, all the accusations, all the chaos, Blueface and Chrisean still found ways to interact online. A like here, a comment there, a shade post, a sub post. Fans pointed at these interactions and screamed, "The spell is working." Their toxicity looked like proof of witchcraft. Their connection looked supernatural. Their drama looked eternal. People said, "See? This is soul bonding energy." It became a running joke that Chrisean didn't hire witches. She is the witch, as the dust settled. The larger cultural conversation began forming. People debated spiritual manipulation, toxic relationships, attachment wounds, and emotional obsession. They discussed the line between love and control. They questioned why society was so eager to believe witchcraft rumors about a black woman. They asked whether the rumor was misogyny, comedy, or both. They raised deep questions while also laughing at memes of Blueface wearing a magical collar. Carlisa, as usual, ended the saga with yet another cryptic sermon about the truth coming out in divine timing. Nobody knew what she meant, but everyone waited anyway. Her vague words fed the storyline like gasoline feeds fire. She didn't have to confirm or deny anything. Her existence alone kept the rumor alive. And that's the beauty and horror of the Blueface Chrisean universe. Nothing ends. Everything loops. Every scandal grows a sequel. Every rumor becomes a storyline too entertaining to let go. So did Chrisean really hire witches? Did spiritual branding actually happen? Or did the internet simply create the greatest fan fiction of the year? One thing is certain, the truth doesn't matter anymore. The story is the truth. And the world is already waiting for the next chapter. And if you survived that spiritual roller coaster, congratulations, you officially made it through the witchcraft. Edition of the Blueface Chrisean saga without losing your sanity. Before you run off to sage your phone or check if someone spiritually branded you, smash that like button like you're breaking a curse over your timeline. Seriously, hit it so hard the algorithm wakes up and asks, who summoned this energy? Drop a comment too, because I need to know exactly what side you're on in this paranormal love triangle. Are you Team Chrisean didn't hire witches? Y'all, just dramatic Team Blueface looks hexed every day? Or Team Carlisa saw this coming through a crystal ball? Your opinion matters, not to the celebrities, but definitely to the Chaos Committee here at Expos Express. Make sure you subscribe, because this universe doesn't give warnings. 1 minute Chrisean's tweeting Bible verses. The next, she's allegedly casting spells under a full moon. 1 minute Blueface is posting selfies. The next, he's the main character in a supernatural telenovela. And don't forget, Carlisa can unleash a cryptic prophecy at any moment. You do not want to miss the next explosion. Turn on notifications. Because these scandals don't arrive politely with tracking numbers. They fall from the sky like emotional pigeons, crash into the timeline, and demand attention immediately. You want to be front row when the next meltdown, ritual, or family explosion pops off. So, comment, subscribe, and stay spiritually protected, because here at Expose Express, the drama hits harder than a full moon ritual gone wrong. And the next scandal is already bubbling in someone's cauldron.